morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are. It's your girl, Angela, and we are here tonight to shoot my 1 month lock update. And this video is going to be a little bit special. We're going to do a specific topic, which is frequently asked questions that I've received from the start of my lock journey to now. So if you remember and you watched my video this past Saturday, we did the hair update. We were exactly 4 weeks into my lock journey on Saturday. Yesterday was February 14th, which was actually my 1 month because my locks were installed on January 14th. So yay, I've reached the 1 month mark, which is a milestone. So I'm really excited about that. We're exactly 1 month and a day because it's Wednesday. I'm a day late doing this video, y'all. It was just really busy, really hectic yesterday. I didn't get home till late, so I wasn't able to record my video. So we're doing it tonight. And it probably won't be uploaded till tomorrow morning. I'm not going to even front with y'all because it's late tonight too. So you will be seeing this video on Thursday, which is 2 days after my 1 month venue. But anyway, let's get into the topic of the evening, which is frequently asked questions that I've received from the beginning of my journey until now. And you're going to see me look down. I have 5 questions that have just come up continuously throughout this 1 month process. So we're going to talk about those 5 things. And, I'll give you guys can see my hair. It's looking like a baby fro today. I probably will be wearing it wrapped up this last week. You see, this one is completely unraveled, y'all. But this last week, I'll probably wear some hats and some headscarves. I get my hair retwisted for the first time on next Friday, the 24th. So, I will be doing an update on next week so that you can see what it looks like after the first retwist. But let's jump right into these questions. The first question from everybody, which is just, I probably have answered this question probably 1,000 times. Why am I locking my hair? Why did I decide to embark on this journey of locking my hair? I talk about this in the very, very first video that I put up. And so you are able to go back and watch that. But just simply put, it was the next step for me. It was the next step in embracing who I've always been. I've always been natural with my hair. I talk about that first video where I did have a relaxer when I was like maybe 10 or 11. I had a relaxer put in my hair and it broke my hair out completely. Like my hair just, fell out all over the place to the point where I was probably the only 5th or 6th grader, I can't remember which grade I was in, with an A-line bob because all of that hair had to be cut off in order for my hair to grow and be healthy. So ever since then, I never put another relaxer in my hair. I'm not going to say I never put chemical in my hair because I did color my hair quite a bit over the years, but relaxers I had never done anymore. And so I always wore natural styles, blowouts, twist outs, braid outs, ponytails, slick ponytails, things like that. So I've always been natural. But over the years, I never really felt content with my hair. My hair went through a lot of damage points, like heat damage, color damage, just different things that was happening to my hair. So about the age of 16, maybe 17 was the first time I ever thought about locking my hair. And having conversations with my mom and other people, it was just like, no, you're too young to make such a permanent decision. Like, seek how you're going to transform over the next couple years and, all of that jazz. And then I thought about it again in college when I was graduating from college, and I didn't just because of my major is business management. So I was going right into corporate America from school. And, locked hair was kind of something that was an unknown for that sector. So I didn't want to do something that would cause me to be ostracized or not have the same opportunities, just because of people's lack of understanding of, our hair and its natural state. So I didn't do it then either. And so I just got to a point where I just stopped denying myself my identity, if you will. Not that my hair is me, but, I'm not that person that has to always straighten my hair. I've never been that person. So this was just kind of the last step in me transforming into, who I am. And like I said, and well, I'll get to it, but I couldn't have been more proud of the decision that I made to do, and we'll get to that towards the end because that's one of the last questions. But so that's why I liked my hair. I liked my hair simply because it's a better representation of who I am. So that's that. Second question. Did I have to cut my hair to start my locks? No, I did not. My hair, like I said, has always been natural, so I did not have relaxer in my hair that I had to cut out, because a lot of people cut their hair because they don't want to start their locks on relaxed hair. It's considered to be a weak foundation because your hair is not in its natural state. Your hair is a lot finer. The chemicals in relaxers strip your hair a little bit, so it makes it weaker. So it's not a strong foundation to start locks on. That's not to say that you can't do it. There are a lot of people who started their locks on relaxed hair and they're fine. They just, cut the ends as it grows out and all that kind of stuff. So, it's not to say that you can't do it. I just didn't do it, and so I didn't have to cut my hair in order to get my locks started. I did have some color in my hair, and then some of these tips, like right here, you can still see where I had color in my hair, and I didn't cut that out either. When Kalima first put my locks in, you could tell where my unhealthy hair was at the end of the coil, because there were some parts of my hair that just did not coil. It doesn't matter how many times she went over it with a comb, it just would not spiral. And so what I did, just my own personal choice to do so, is I cut those ends off because they were never going to react the way that my healthier hair did. So it was it wasn't that many. It was like maybe 5 or 6 of the coils that had those little straight ends on them. So I just cut those off. But other than that, no, I didn't have to cut my hair to start my locks. Number 3, how long before my hair will actually lock is a question that I've gotten quite a bit. And it's hard to tell because when I first put them in, it looked like it was going to take longer because of the air pockets. And if you go back to my second video that I put up, which was my 24 hours locked video, you could see that my coils were separate, like they had gaps in them all the way through. And that's just because of the texture of my hair in certain spots. My hair wasn't thick enough in certain spots for the coil to be all the way tight. And so me and Kalima just were kind of talking about that, and she said that it could take 9 months to a year for my hair to lock. But looking at how it's reacting now in just certain spots, and you can see the thickness, my hair got really full and really thick really quickly, I think. And so to me, I think that might mean that it won't take my hair as long as we originally thought to lock. But I'm saying, I think if I'm projecting, I might start seeing some budding in maybe 5 to 6 months, which is pretty standard from what I hear. So about 5 to 6 months, I might start seeing some budding. So I'm really excited. Budding is just the start of your hair actually fusing together and locking together, for those of you who are not familiar with that terminology. But that's what budding is. It's just when your hair actually starts to fuse and transform into a lock. And so I think I'll probably start seeing some of that around 5 to 6 months. Number 4, did you ever think about starting with faux locks? And everybody knows what the faux locks are. That's the extensions that you can put on your hair and they look like locks. Me personally, no. I never thought about starting with faux locks. I know I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to get faux locks to see what my hair would look like locked and if I think I can deal with that style and so on and so forth. This is my opinion. Let me, give that disclaimer. This is my opinion. Everybody chooses their own path when it comes to your lock journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's going to start it differently, and everybody's outcome is going to be different. But in my opinion, faux locks are the equivalent to like breast implants or butt implants or any plastic surgery that you do to yourself to make you look a certain way. Faux locks to me are the equivalent because, and I say that because faux locks are like perfect locks, if there is such a thing. I don't think there is a such thing as a perfect lock, but faux locks, if there is such a thing, would be like the perfect lock. Like it's all of your locks are the exact same size. They're all silky and shiny looking. They are perfectly rounded at the tips, like just perfect. Everything about it is uniform. And to me, that's a misrepresentation of what locks will look like on any individual, because every individual's hair is different. So every individual's hair is going to grow into a lock differently. So your locks are not all going to be the same size. All of your locks are not going to round perfectly at the tip, but that's the beauty, if you ask me, in locks, because it takes on its own personality, it takes on its own character, and it really just becomes you. And when you do faux locks, you kind of take away that uniqueness because everything is so uniform and everything looks exactly the same and they all are the same thick. It takes away that uniqueness, and to me, some of the beauty of natural locks. And so if that's your ideal of what you want locks to look like, then you might not be all the way satisfied with your hair when you naturally lock it, because it's not going to form that way. So that's the only thing that deterred me from getting faux locks first, to see what I would look like, because I knew that my hair was not going to lock like the faux locks look. So that's my opinion. That's what I think. Again, I am not the end all know all of locks, because everybody does things differently. You might start your hair with faux locks and think that, okay, this is the way I want to go, and you'll use the faux locks as a vehicle to get you there, and that's great. That works for you. I'm just saying, for me personally, faux locks to me just was not what I wanted to measure my hair up against, because I knew that my hair wasn't going to come out like that, and I didn't want to set myself up for any type of disappointment, so I didn't go that route. I just went ahead and locked my own hair. Okay, last question that I get quite a bit from a few of my friends who have already been contemplating locks and thinking about getting locks, and have kind of been mulling over this for some time, is they asked me what advice I would give them in starting their journey. Do your research. Do your research. I cannot stress that enough. That is the very first thing that I would tell anybody who asks me what should they do if they're thinking about getting locks. Do your research. Know what to expect. Know what you want. Know what different types and what types of styles and techniques are out there, so that you end up with what you want in the end. It's a process. The other advice I would give you is to check your patience, because it is a process. It's a process. I can't say that any differently or enforce that any more than it's a process, and you have to be patient with the process. I'm only a month in, so again, I'm not the end all know all of locks. I would never claim to be, but just based on the things that I've gone through just in this month, I think I can speak to the patience part, because you're going to learn more and more about yourself every week. Like, I learned that I am comfortable in my skin with my hair like this, and I would never have thought that, y'all. Like, my hair right now to me is beautiful, and I would have never thought, I mean, not that I wouldn't think my hair was beautiful, but I've never worn my hair in such a, like, I've always done, you know, afros and things like that, but I always manipulated the edges with some type of gel or headband or something to slick it back like this and then wear my blowout. But just to let my hair naturally be, not worry about my ends being slick, not worried about my baby hair being slick, like, these are all things that are new to me, like, and I love it. Like, that's the thing, I love it, and I didn't know that I would get to a place where I just love my hair just doing whatever. So, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm gonna get this tightened up to where you can, you know, so I can see kind of the length and the fullness that's going on in my hair, but for the most part, I love it. So that would be my advice. Do your research, know what you're looking for, know what you want in the end. Do not just settle on anyone to put your locks in. Make sure you research locticians, and make sure you research if you're going the sister lock way, make sure they're certified in that, because that's a lot of tension and a lot of pulling on your hair, just the technique that it takes to put them in. So make sure you research that person as well, so that you don't end up, you know, losing edges and losing hair and all that kind of stuff too. So do your research, know what you want. Don't get locks based on somebody else and what their locks look like. Know what you're getting locks for. Know what it means to you to lock your hair, because that's going to make your journey that much better, that much more satisfying, that much more gratifying, because, you know, it's a part of who you are. So know what you're getting locks for and why you're getting them. So those would be the things that I would advise anyone who asks me about getting locks. Do your research, know why you want them, and research the person that's going to do them for you, or know something about them. But those are the 5 things that I am asked the most, and that's kind of the conversations. Everything that we've talked about tonight are the conversations that I've been having the most. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you all today. We did the hair thing Saturday. I will see you guys next week. My retwist appointment is scheduled for Friday the 24th, so we will see each other next Friday. Again, like we always say, be good to others and good will come back to you. And you all have a great rest of your evening. See you later.